Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Spilling Guts Podcast. I am Miss Jigglypuff 2021, Lou Bradley.
And I am the gift that keeps on giving, Jack Carlin, baby.
I got my receipt. Can I make a return?
No, I don't think so, darling. Miss Jigglypuff 2021. Or whatever that.
She's feeling
whatever
jiggly.
She's
feeling jiggly.
She's not in Stu's house no more. She's not in Crystal Lake. She's in Luke Bradley's house. Address not revealed, of course, for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, so after last week's recording, I tried to collapse the green screen, and I think the green screen that I bought off Amazon was like possessed by the devil, because every time I wanted to collapse this thing, it just wouldn't do what all the video. I watched like 10 videos about how to collapse a fucking green screen, and they're all like, oh my god, it's so easy to just like do this and this, and boom, bang, you're done. And I'm like, this is not happening. And you know me, and I get like full on like the Hulk rage at like inanimate objects. Like I will fling remotes across a room because I get so angry they don't work. So in my rage, I bent the whole thing like out of shape, and then and then proceeded to like tear up the green screen. And then after I did that, I then realized what I did.
You're a psychopath.
I know, and
a poor little Amazon green screen didn't see it coming. This thing was killed off in the first act. She made one episode.
She should have collapsed. She should have played dead, because I was getting, and like, I'm not saying like it didn't happen after the first try. I was trying for like 15 minutes after we stopped recording, and that's a long ass time trying to fold something that's unfoldable down into a little circle thing.
Are you gonna get yourself a new one, or is green screen life dead and buried?
Am I buggery? It's gonna remain this way forever.
She's a killer queen. Hates green screens.
Shadi is a killer.
Oh, it was just not your day. You know what? We all have them moments though, especially with bogusness of Amazon. I've had it up to here with Amazon. Support your local businesses, everyone. Don't fall victim to what we did, because I've bought some shoddy bleep in my time, and I'm still continue to buy.
Oh, 100%, because you, like, especially when you get like free next day delivery, you're like, yes please, I'll have all the things in the world. Free
with Prime, which is all what you're already paying for, you know, but you get it free and you feel like you're paying something you haven't.
Yeah.
You're paying
you feel like you're definitely getting some sort of deal. You're like, well, I'm paying like $7.99 a month for this shit, so like, I should be getting something from this.
Otherwise, it's like delivery will be in 5 months' time, and you're like, oh,
and at £15.
If you say so. Click that, click. Oh girl, where's your little office buddy today?
Oh, Scout. He is in my bedroom. He's having a little sulk.
Oh, why?
Because he's just being a little bitch.
Mama, here is another week which we have not left her dead and buried. We've just sort of left her on red, but we are bringing back Miss Slashback. Only this time, you know yourself, we're not dipping into the 80s. We're fast forwarding and throwing ourselves head deep boots, Versace Crocs into the 90s with none other than what I would consider a classic, 1998, The Faculty.
But I must say, every time I hear the word slashbacks, we say it often, in my head, I sing, but with the word slashback instead. You know the song Clap Back from Drag Race? I'm like, clap back, or slashback. Slashback.
Slashback. I am going to try and insert a clip of that here. With that on. In the bio below.
like the Disney Channel thing was like,
you are watching Silly Good. Anyone that has not already popped their corn and been feeding their kids some of the faculty juice, do you want to let them know about what the faculty is about? Who she
Yep.
is?
So the faculty is set in a high school in Ohio where the teachers and the students start being victims of a alien trying to take all the bodies out of the bitch. And it's down to 5, I'd say, they're not really friends, are they? It's kind of like a really weird group that kind of come together. 5, how many? 5, 6? 6. It's down to these 6 students to said, all right, bitch.
That was a really good description of it, to be fair.
Well, I didn't have anything written down, so that was all.
That was
out
all
this little
natural.
nugget.
Well, I mean, I figured that out when you said 5, and even I was like, you definitely didn't get that off IMDb, Henny. You made that all nugget.
Well, you got to think: is it 5 or is it 6? Because one of them.
Don't try and act like. Don't try and act like that was deliberate. Okay, we all know Peanut. That was. We all know Peanut. That was not. You go. You want to go? That was not deliberate. But the first thing that I'll just go off and say is, isn't this like the most Kevin Williamson thing ever?
Don't I wrote down like you could tell like he wrote this, and like with the fact like it just screams scream. It like, and there's a reference to like they use a reference later on with having the videos of a naked Nev Campbell and Jennifer Love Hewitt. That's a little nod to like Kevin's previous work. And it all just screams scream, and then scream.
You can't help yourself, can you?
No, because there is like so many connections, because Robert Rodriguez like directed and edited this, and he directed the Stab movies.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. It's all peppered. With all the beautiful stuff that we just love, and it's just so quintessential late teen slasher 90s that, as you said, is just so much like Scream. And I know what you did last summer, but it's just a completely different spin. Like the dialogue, you can just tell the way they speak to each other. Like, do you know what I mean? What is this? She's like, walk much, and then he's like, you like me, beast. First.
Like I wrote some of the insults that, oh yeah, when Claire Duvall goes, got a slut, I'm like, oh, that is just a really great insult that I'm going to start using as of today. One of my absolute favorite horror films or slasher films or sci-fi slashers, if you want to call it that.
Oh wait, this is?
Yes.
Yeah. Like, I mean, this is, I think like categorizing 90s horror anyway is a difficult one, because theoretically and quite literally nothing is going to top Scream for us. She has a poster behind her for a reason, and my poster's right there, which is so annoying. Not here. Yeah. Like it's like there. And I can't.
You got Ghostface in the counter.
I do. She is here in spirit and in face, so she's serving face, body.
Where is the body?
Where is the body? But that's it. It's like nothing will top Scream, but I think when it sort of comes, any film after The Faculty to me might just be like probably a favorite. When you sort of erase Ghostface out of the scenario, I would say The Faculty would probably be up there. Because even there was the scene, and it's in the library, and not to like sort of jump around, but it was like so quintessential Kevin Williamson, because they discuss the likeness of like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and it was very like meta, like it knows that it's an invasion, like a body invasion teen film, and it's like trying to play out the rules of those sort of films. And I was like, Kevin, take a day off, girl. Take a day off.
Like just chill, bitch. Like seriously, like try something else. But but like what worked for him, like just like previously, really worked for him. So and to be fair, I like read up on like the trivia and stuff. Like he didn't write the whole thing. He was brought in to do like rewrites of it, because this script had been written and like was pretty much done since 1990, but like no one wanted to touch it. And then after the success of Scream, that's when the Weinsteins was like, yeah, get this done and out like right now.
Right.
Then they brought Kevin on to do like rewrites, especially with the dialogue. So yeah, Kevin, like take a break on the meta stuff, but
yeah,
you know,
but we love it. Like
he'd just come off Scream and Scream 2, and where he does that whole thing anyway. So
yeah, Scream. It would have been Scream. I know what you did last summer. Scream 2, and then The Faculty. I feel like he has some other involvement. He had some involvement with Halloween H2O, which I only found out.
Was it rewrites?
So I only found out recently he didn't write the script for Halloween H2O. But why did my gay ass believe that he did? Because
it feels like Scream. It feels like a Kevin Williamson film. It really does. It's got that whole vibe to it.
And even the dialogue between them, it feels like it's very Kevin Williamson. And I do remember when I had the DVD years ago, the extras, Kevin Williamson was in the extras as like, but I'm trying to remember. He extra, bitch, extra. But that's like, even for example, it's like so otherworldly because you have like characters like Delilah that are supposed to be like the supersized bitch, the popular girl. Yet we're just supposed to believe that she's like knows who Stephen King is. It's like, every kid in every school has like a Stephen King, and I'm like, no, the realm that I'm in, the popular girls wouldn't have had a clue. Yet she's coming out with all these like geek references.
Well, she's supposed to be like, she's like the head of like the newspapers. So she's supposed to be like the smart but bitchy kind of one. I think she's less like the popular bitch and more like, I'm super smart. I'm so driven. So that equals, especially in that time, mega bitch, because I know where I want to get to, and nobody in this school is on my wavelength because I'm so smart. I think that's the kind of like quote unquote bitch she is. But that was
me told, folks.
But this was Jordana Brewster's first feature-length film.
I enjoy her.
And turns out she's like a bit of a scream queen because she's in this. She's in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning, and she's in Random Acts of Violence.
She is.
So she's a mini little scream queen.
Exactly. But who knows? She could be that bitch Thursday one week. We don't know.
She could be. I mean, speaking of the cast, this cast is like amazing. Like next level. Like
full dust.
I mean, first of all, you've got like Aunt Nora from Jumanji as the main principal. Like she's just like the greatest. And when she does like her like alien transformation, like oh my god, she's just like a bad bitch, like floating down the hallways.
Yeah. And of course you have like Famke Janssen, who is like the OG Jean Grey. But not only that, she's a bit of a screen queen. Like she was in House on Haunted Hill. She's in this. She was also in that horror film 100 Feet, where she's haunted by like her domestic abusive husband. Like she is that bitch.
And she was in, I don't know if you ever watched it. It was a TV show like in the mid sort of like 2010s. Called like Hemlock Grove. It was like a werewolf thing.
Yeah.
And she played like a mega bitch evil werewolf, and she was.
But if there's one thing she can do well, I mean, she's brilliant in anything. But her character transformation, and she's this like meek little like teacher, and then she's bad ass ferocious henny, and I mean she is
good.
Fierce.
Like I just live for her this entire film. Like seriously, I love it. And when she has her transformation and she like kicks Zeke down a peg or like 3,000 because she is just like on point and so badass.
And she's like, I'll shove my foot so far up your ass, you'll be sucking on my toes till graduation.
I love it.
That is what you call an absolute slay. You know, that
coach as well is a hot piece of ass.
Liquid Man from Terminator 2.
Yes.
That's what I always know him as, and that's how you know I grew up with heterosexual brothers. That to me, I see him straight away. Liquid Man, Terminator 2, the baddest beat around. But it's like, like even this depiction of the character. So even though there's these like great actors, and even you get like Usher, just like
Oh,
these people playing, and Salma Hayek playing these
I
really
al- I always
small.
forget. I always forget, like Selma Hayek is in it and Usher. Every time I see them pop up, I'm like, oh my God, yeah, you're in it for like all of 5 minutes. I think they definitely like had a missed opportunity with like Selma Hayek's character. I would like to have seen her have some sort of like sassy nurse moment where she's like
Something more. It
killing
was like
people.
you wonder where her career was at that point, but I believe correctly in thinking Salma Hayek definitely had a career. I mean, if there's anything to take from this is that she was in From Dusk Till Dawn, and she played probably one of the most beautiful women
Oh,
ever graced our
she's
screens.
just. I mean, have you seen her now? Like she's not aged a
Nah,
day. She
beautiful.
like looks insane. She's
Insane. But like she
oh.
plays this nobody character, and it makes me think, was that sort of he's back in Robert Rodriguez input that threw me off something rotten. So was that his input, or did she, I don't know, like audition for a role that small? Makes you wonder.
Maybe because I feel like she kind of came. I don't know for sure. I'll have to look at her like IMDb, but like I feel like it was like the late 90s where she just kind of became in everything. Because I was first introduced to her in Wild Wild West.
Okay, when was that?
You know that film with Will Smith? It's like
Yeah,
it's set in the Wild Wild West, but it's like kind of also like weirdly spacey or something. I don't
yeah,
know, but
it's
that
like
that
sci-fi as
was
well.
let me just that must have been like what it's got to be late 90s, possibly
Early
early
2000s.
noughties.
I think so. Go find out.
99, so just after, yeah, so just
Yeah,
after
that's what I mean. It seems weird that she wouldn't have had a booming career at this point, because I mean, as we said, we started to know her from Dusk Till Dawn, which is like early mid 90s. So you're right, maybe something sort of happened, but I could have been doing with a lot more of those goodies.
mhm.
She's great, and she plays. I'm like, more. I need more.
More cops.
More sex. She
To be
needs
fair,
some
she's
stickers.
got one of my favorite lines where she's in the teacher's lounge and one of the teachers goes, "Oh, why don't you take a sick day?" And she's like, "I'll take a sick. I'm saving my sick days when I'm feeling better." I'm like,
Yeah,
"Yes, bitch. Yes, you are."
of course you are. And we all live by that rule, probably a bit too much. I will say though, when it comes to even though the actors themselves are like, I mean, 10 out of 10 casting, the characters, I love the development of the characters and how they
Hmm.
do switch from this sort of stereotypical archetype that Wes Craven is known for presenting to us. It's not like Scream, where you don't really see another character without Sydney, or if you do, it's like a rare occasion where it's like Stu, Billy, and Randy once. This
Yeah.
time it's like it's not all about Casey, Elijah Wood. It's you're given time for everyone else. My problem is the end, when, for example, like, what a wonderful character Stokely is. Okay,
Oh,
we don't need Stokely to not be that goth chick. That's not, we love her because she's like the black and the hair, and then at the end she's up in here wearing the whole color palette on her body with these like flowers, and her hair's like not greasy, and I'm like, no.
well, I think it's kind of because like especially for her character, I agree, but I do because my problem with the end, the very very end is the fact that it kind of turns into like a teen movie. Like I don't need everyone like kissing and like having like a kiki. Like you could have just ended it like when all the bad stuff ends and like just have like a little moment afterwards. That would have been cool. Um, but I feel like with Stokely, it's I get what you're saying, but it's more of like it's like her sort of like transformation from being like an outcast. Nobody wants to talk to her because she's like this fake lesbian because everyone thinks she's a lesbian because she's wearing black because that's what lesbians do apparently. It's all they do is wear black.
Lesbians,
Um,
all lesbians have short hair, apparently.
yeah, exactly. And I think it's her transformation from being that kind of person, an outcast, to like all this bad shit happened, which made her then realize that like life's too short and I should just be authentically myself rather than trying to make everyone push everyone away, which is what she's trying to do by being
Yeah. You
um
see, I
narky.
get, I do get your point, but I don't see. I thought her dressing like that was her being authentically herself, because the notion that you get of when people dress like that is that they are being authentically themselves, because if they weren't, they would dress a certain way to fit in more with society. That's where the problem sort of lies with me, because she is this punk. Like, yes, there's it's played back and she's very like, I don't know, she's like mopey and you can see she's like depressed and lonely. And I like that change where she has the friends. But I still wanted that bitch to have like that chain around her neck
Yeah.
and to have that black, because that was her. And it was, as
Well, she
you
was wearing
said,
a little
like,
black tank top. She had just a little purple like cardigan on. But she
no,
kept the black.
it was like purple, fucking pastel blue, pastel everything all over her skin. I was like, she would never have wore that. Never.
She had like blonde highlights. She had like a whole new do.